Hi, my name is Brandon Sharkey. I am the Chief Training Officer here at Interchange Laboratories. We've walked through the unboxing video. We introduced you to the Interchanger Kit. We showed you how to put them into the hat. One in the top, one at the center front, and then two on either side. Again, we have our little flaps that expose where they are. You can see there's our interchangers there. And again, here's our little front position there, and then we see the top center. But I want to talk a little bit about how to engage with your interchangers. And I will tell you how I use them. I use them a couple different ways. What I like to do, I am a teacher of meditation. I'm a meditation practitioner myself. I do mantra-based mindfulness, and I do it on a regular basis. I have found that wearing my interchangers has really helped my meditation practice. And when I think about meditation, I think about using a mantra often. That mantra, that mental device, I use that in connection to breath. And when doing so, it helps me calm the chaotic mind and gets me to that place of serenity. What I find is when I use my interchangers, that journey to serenity is accelerated, and that reliance on my mantra is not as significant. So I would say that was my first kind of avenue of using the interchangers. Is I would meditate. I meditate twice a day, once in the morning and once in the evening, for 20 minutes at a time. And I used my hat, and I still use my hat in my morning meditation. And I will sit and go through some of the steps of meditation. I have a meditation bowl. I have kind of my sayings, my mantras that I put into place, and that help me calm the chaos, do a little bit of box breathing, all of those elements. But then since I've started using my interchangers, I have been able to get to that place of stillness, of clarity, of awareness, of thoughts without necessarily having to engage with them. And what happens is there is an acknowledgement. And the interchangers create, I would say, and it's hard to describe, but that environment where that acknowledgement can take place, where I can have a thought without not only not engaging it, without judging it. And so I invite you to use your Interchanger Kit in perhaps that way. We know the interchangers are very personal. It's a unique experience, just as the way that we create our reality and we live in our existences are all unique and all individual, personal to ourselves. But it allows for, again, opportunity. Don't sit and think, I have my interchangers on. I need them to work. That's not the way that they are their most effective. It is acknowledge that you have them on, engage, say I'm allowing myself to engage. And I will say for me, the first times that I started using it, it took me maybe about 7 to 10 minutes to get to that place of noticing that there was a difference. While I've had interactions with people who use their interchangers, they feel it right away. There is a change in sensory perception. Now when I put them on, because I'm familiar with certain observations, I can feel them working a little bit quicker than that. But in meditation, because meditation is, I'm trying to find that serenity, that stillness, again, it accelerates that perspective for me. However, I will tell you the time that I enjoy my interchangers the most is when I go out into nature. And I put on my hat, I put on this hat, or I have another hat that I use, this hat, and let me just acknowledge that this hat also has the element right there in the center. If I can show it to you right here on the camera, there's the center element, there is the front element, there are the side elements. You can see there's one there, and there's another one over here, right here. And so I will put this hat on and I will go for longer walks, usually 20 to 30 minutes. But what happens is, by allowing myself to experience the interchanger, what I find is I have a heightened sense of awareness. My observational skills become heightened, enhanced. I find I have an audio kind of change where I'm able to hear things from farther distances. My visual elements become a little bit more clear. There's a little bit more of a separation. And I'm just telling you things that happen for me. As I said, you're going to have your own individual experience, but I would say go into it with more of an idea of allowing them to have that transformation. It's not something that you can necessarily force, or you're not going to see, weird things or anything like that. What you're going to do is very subtle, but it is there. And I will wear my hats for a walk for usually 20 to 30 minutes at a time. And it has an ability to kind of rewire the way that I take in my environment. And so I'm just offering a little bit of insights to those of you who have the kit, and for those of you who want to explore your consciousness a little bit deeper. There's lots of different ways, and I will share them in many different videos. But what I find is the element of judgment falls away. And instead of seeing things in a comparative way in terms of better or worse or good or bad, I have that childlike wonder of being able to experience them as they are. And I will say I have incredible connections with wildlife and with trees and flowers and insects and animals, and there is this opportunity that awaits us all. So that's what I'm most excited to share. But I would say go into it with no expectations except for to find enjoyment of this gift of the interchangers, and just see how you feel after 10 minutes, after 20 minutes, after 30 minutes of going out in nature or finding stillness. There's more to come. The journey has just begun, but I wish you joy, and I trust that you will find something maybe you didn't expect. Thanks so much. We'll see you on the next video.